Good morning. Ira Epstein, and here we are with your morning flash update. And this update is for the morning of Friday. And we're sitting at the 27th of October, 2023, 8:20 a.m. Central Time. So I don't know about you, but last night, obviously, breaking news events, was watching as broke on the news that the United States had attacked targets in Syria. I immediately opened up my... Do I have it with me? Yes, I've got it in my pocket here. I opened up, right off the bat, my QT, looked at the markets. No, there was no reaction in the gold market, nothing in the dollar. So immediately I knew that this was going to be in low-level targets, a message being sent to Iran, stop. You're going to regret what's about to happen. And then afterwards, of course, if you watch Fox TV, they always bring on the hawks. And they had an ex-brigadier general that I was very happy what he said. It validated what I said, only in that sense, not that this might happen or not. And he said, you know, those standing oil wells, the infrastructures, all their oil is right out there. Very easy to take them out, and then you paralyze them in terms of money, the time it would take to rebuild to get that going. What he didn't say is it would affect the world oil markets, affect other things. But the message should be being sent because they broadcast. When that comes on, they'll pick up those messages, just as I had said, and I have no military background to speak of. Very easy, and the threats are being made. Now, this morning, we're seeing that the Treasury Department is putting also some more sanctions on countries that work with Hamas. So if they're trying to get monies to them, Jordan, other countries, going to be big problems for you because you could be shut out of the SWIFT systems and so on. So let's see what the U.S. does with that. But I'm amazed it took that long for the U.S. to get up and going. First, to do money and sanctions for Hamas. Number two, what did it take? You had to have 20 attacks on our troops in Syria before you did anything in Iraq. What's going on there? So big problems. Another thing going on, Democrats, believe it or not, has just thrown his hat in the ring against President Biden. You're going to read about that today in the news, citing his age, citing his feebleness that we're seeing from time to time. It's definitely there. I'm no doctor, but you have eyes, you can see what's going on. And saying, is he really equipped for 4 more years? I have my doubts. I don't know about others, but I do. And hey, guys, I'm in my 70s. There's a limit to what you should do and not do. It's really that simple. So, as for today's event, I think the Fed got a good piece of news. We had the monthly personal income spending in PCE drop down here. And the September core PCE core, and that's their number they love to look at, for year over year, only up 3.7%. The month over month, yeah, the prior month it's greater than it, but was right with what the expectations called for. I think it just puts the nail in the coffin that the Fed is going to sit tight at this part. But I don't think it's about the Fed. I think that Wednesday, the whole thing is being misunderstood. It's about the announcement out of the U.S. Treasury. And what are they saying about the funding they need now and potentially the next quarter? I want to see how far they reach out because that's what's driving interest rates, in my opinion. University of Michigan, final October consumer sentiment indices come out Friday morning at 9 o'clock. So we will see just how that comes out and what that all means. Now, when you look at how the markets are reacting, it's not a war event. You know, normally you get worried that, oh, we're going to go at it with Iran. The markets are up. But what's the event that's happened this month? Exactly as I had told you, one of the wild trading months. If you look at Bollinger Band tops and bottoms, swings, it's dramatic. What else happened yesterday? We have been watching earnings. Honestly, they're a beat, and it doesn't matter. The markets are getting beaten down. Amazon will be up today in pre-market. It was a beat last night, but it doesn't matter. The SAG contract with the actors. What's going on there? Well, did you take a look? If you get Apple Plus, you know, your Apple TV, you are aware your bill's going to go up almost 40% on the next billing. This is how you pay for the movies and everything, folks. So that's more than an inflation adjustment, 40%. At least I think so. I don't think America has 40% inflation. So that's a very bold move on their part, and we will see what it does. Now we have to see how GM and Stellantis come to the table with United Auto Workers. We know that the Ford people are back at work. They still have to ratify the contract, but that should be done. We have in the markets the Bank of Japan coming to the market now next week. On the 30th and 31st, they have a two-day monetary policy meeting. You have to watch what they say about their curve yields. If you're watching the grain market, sort of back and forth action here, stable in the bonds, and with the little bit of attacks that the U.S. is doing and threats to Iran, a little bit of a war premium coming back here. Natural gas climbing as well, getting more short covering as the market moves along. Now, I want to remind you, early in the mornings, one of the ways that I start off my people is they see my morning video. I typically record about 5:10 in the morning, a.m. They get to see what's going on with the day's events, what's going on around the world, what might affect the markets. We cover 40 charts minimum. Sometimes we cover more because I'll look at weekly and daily charts, trying to come up with game plans for you. The charts will look like that with the black background and all that you see behind it, just like these ways. And the reason is there's more studies than you have here, and I find that putting it on a jet black background much easier than looking at a white one for what I'm trying to make you see. We'll talk about swing trades, the longer-term position ideas, how do you position yourself for them, specific buy here, sell there, and we keep up with it right through the video, so we really track how they're doing. IraEpstein.com, move your clicker up here. You can get there as well. You want to go to the area that says research. Everything's fully explained there. Hope you decide to join us. By the way, runs about the cup of coffee price for Starbucks. Pretty amazing, right? And you're going to get 22 videos a month, each about 17 minutes long. It's a big value. That coffee, it's out of you in 3 hours. You have a good day. I'm Ira.